What is it that you want to do with your life that feels completely unfathomable right now? Or just plain, who the F am I to do that? We're going to take that piece. And today we are going to be talking about your skills, your journey, your life experience, and your energy, and how these skills are directly transferable to any direction that you want to take in your life. And when you see it from an energetic perspective rather than how other people see it. And I want you to know that just because of what you've been doing up to now doesn't mean that you can't pull a whole 180 on your entire life. Or think that if it was your path, then you'd be there by now. Or that if it was your path, you wouldn't have been on your current path for so long. Your path is your path. And you've been on it for a reason. And if you're now being nudged into something else, if you're getting the little signs, the little signals that your next move is something that feels downright scary, you have gained things on your path that make you the only person who can do that in your unique way. So I'm going to share with you a little part of my journey and how my path had to be my path or I would not be the person that I am. So I was an accountant and tax advisor for over 10 years. I'm now a psychic energy practitioner, medium, intuitive coach, and I have been doing this as well for over 10 years. And it is such an important part of my journey. Firstly, I am formally trained in skepticism. I was a professional skeptic. I had to be. Discernment was paramount. And so what does this mean for my work now? It means that I don't take shit at face value. I look into everything. I am so careful about what I consume. I'm so careful about who I learn from. I cannot stand seeing regurgitated bullshit when it is wrong and you see somebody else regurgitating it and somebody else regurgitating it. Why are these people not doing their due diligence? Why are these people not running it through their own energy? Why are these people not sense checking it? So for somebody who does what I do, I have a unique viewpoint in that it's skepticism first, mundane first, then mystical. Because sometimes the fact that your ex popped back up during Mercury retrograde has got less to do with what the planets are doing and more to do with the fact that your energetic and communicated boundaries are non-existent. Or you haven't done the alchemy work to clear the energy. And number two, the second reason why what I did previously impacts me in such a massive way now is that it proves that anybody can do this. Proof in my work in that my clients learn to do this for themselves and they don't have to be somebody who's from a particularly spiritual background. Anybody can do this. I was not born a psychic. And for so long, that left me feeling like I was less than, like I had to justify myself, like I couldn't say that word around myself. Now, I was brought up in a very non-energy focused world. I was brought up Catholic. I was scared of Halloween. I thought the devil was going to get me if I dressed up in a costume. To what I do now, the imprint alchemization, the belief change work, the energy work, the healing, all was necessary to facilitate that change. And it's also what I teach my clients to do now. They do that for themselves. People are changing their jobs. People are changing their relationships. People are changing their lives using these tools and techniques. And so when I say that anyone can do this, when they alchemize the imprint that they're holding that tells them that they can't, I mean it. Energy is being transmuted within us. And the unique blueprint that we are creating holds the codes for what's coming next. It holds the codes of that next step. It aligns us with where we are going and who we are attracting and what are we attracting in that next phase. So taking an example of a makeup artist who is also in a rock band. She has the energy blueprint of girls that love that style. The rock band doesn't detract from her work. It adds to it if she opens up her truth. If she tries to box herself in and do the clean girl look, well, actually, she's there for the girls who want some drama in their look, she's going to feel like she's failed. Whereas if when she embraces this energy of the rock band and the energy of the makeup artist, she's going to create something truly, truly unique that her people have been waiting for. She's creating something that people are manifesting. And it's all about following the nudges. Like, my path was not straight from tax advisor to psychic medium. That would have been a thing that sent me straight off the deep end, man. Do you know, like, you can't get there from there. It's a journey, it's a process. So before doing what I do now, I moved into being a cosmetic tattooer. I moved into the beauty industry, and that opened me up to working with energy in a way that I'd never experienced before. I worked with energy before I did energy healing. It opened me up to working in close proximity with people and really having to meld my own personal interests with my work, because these energies were getting muddied, they were getting muddled, and I didn't know what to do with them. If you're in the wellness and beauty industries, you are likely to be somebody who is also sensitive to energies. Now, such a lot of my clients are in the beauty and wellness spaces. That is aligned energy. We have this common ground. And to think that perhaps something isn't my path because I'm not doing it right now makes no sense. I love working with women who want to help other women feel better about themselves. And that's something that we have energetically in common. So for example, take somebody who is a lawyer and they want to move into working with animals. Like, those two are totally different, right? As a lawyer in court, details are important. Body language is important. Non-verbal cues, timing, working under pressure. That is going to give you something very, very unique when it comes to working with animals, because you are going to have this edge. You're going to notice subtle things that other people would miss. The non-verbal cues, obviously, from the animals, the timing, the pressure. You're going to be able to hold up under that pressure. So all your experiences, whatever they are, wherever they've come from, are an indicator of where you've been on your path up to now, not where you're going. If you're in the beauty and wellness industries and you want to make a change, adding something in, changing who you serve, whatever your experience is up until this point, you can go into something completely opposite and it still be your path. You can still use all the things that you've been doing up to now to create a completely unique blueprint that's going to attract the unique energy that you need to bring to the people who need that from you. And it's about leaning into that. It's about making it work for you. Knowing that your current reality is just that. It's your current reality. It's not an indication of where you are going. It's not your trajectory. You can change where you're going. Even a 1% shift to your trajectory creates an entirely different journey. But it's because of this hesitancy and this belief of who the fuck am I to do that makes us feel like we can't do that, because who am I to do that? It's so far removed from what I'm doing right now that I can't do it. And believe me, like, I have been there. I was in accountancy for so long. I held on to my accountancy job even while I had a business in the beauty industry because I was so scared of letting that go. I knew for a while that tax and accountancy wasn't what I wanted to be doing, but I did feel, who the fuck am I to actually move into what I want to do? And that can feel so suffocating. You can feel so trapped in that. And I also remember, as nonsensical as it sounds, the guilt of not wanting to be a tax advisor anymore, because I'd worked so hard for it, because I'd put so much into it. But the sunk cost fallacy applies to time and energy as well as money. And that's another thing I got from being a tax advisor, is a bunch of nerdy financial analogies. So if you like those, stick around, subscribe. But the sunk cost fallacy is when you realise that a course of action that you've been on is not worth pursuing, yet you continue to pursue it because of the time, energy, and money that you've already invested. And because of that, so many people don't even allow themselves that flicker of inspiration, that spark of, what if I did? Let's ask ourselves a question. If I was starting from scratch right now, and training and pay and none of that was an issue, what would I choose to spend my days doing? And I speak to people, and not necessarily just clients, but I speak to people all the time, and they often say, oh, I don't know what I'd be doing. And it's actually not about knowing. It's about not feeling safe to admit because of everything that comes with it. So ignoring the how, ignoring the step by step. So where you are now, what do you want to open the possibility of creating to? Is it a whole career shift? Is it a business shift? Maybe you want to homeschool your children. Maybe you want to move across the world somewhere, whatever it is. And taking what you already have and realizing that the edge that you have from the unique journey that you've been on is going to bring something so potent, so unique, and so frequentially aligned to the people that you are here to serve, that who are you not to bring that to them? Your unique blueprint contains codes so potent and so unique to you that nobody else can provide that. That signature people are waiting to align to. There's somebody out there manifesting a person just like you to bring them whatever it is that you can bring them in a way that nobody else can. There's a whole timeline ahead of the change of, who the fuck am I to do that? Well, who the fuck are you not to bring that to them?